Welcome back. This is Tarot to a T. If this is your first time, just welcome. Glad you found me. If you are a new person, I recommend you save this video or subscribe so you can find my channel again. As I was saying earlier, when I was doing another reading, sometimes when you try to find a reader again on YouTube, I don't know if you've ever run into this, but I've done it, searching for somebody who doesn't have like 1 billion subscribers. Sometimes it's hard to find that channel. So recommendation is you save it some way or subscribe, and then you can if you subscribe, it'll come up when you do a search, okay, for your subscriptions. Anyway, let's get on with it. We're going to do a mid-September 2022 reading for the sign of Leo. What message does Leo need to know for mid-September? Okay. Thank you. Okay. I almost thought we were going to have a mellow reading here, but okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's heating up. It's heating up. Slowly but surely. What does Leo, the fire sign, need to know for the month of, or mid-month, September 2022? Cards of advice. Cards of advice. Any advice? Any advice? Always good to have advice. Always advice there. Always wisdom available if you ask for it. We're asking for wisdom and advice and guidance for this issue or message that came out for Leo for mid-September. Okay. Succinctly done. Let's get started. Five of Diamonds. You get some changes coming in your finances here. Nice. I like to see that. Definitely changes in your finances. Queen of Diamonds. It's actually it's my Taurus card. Tauruses are notoriously that's funny. Good with finances. They have a level head. However, this could be Taurus you have in your chart. This could be a Taurus showing up in your life. Or it could just be about the Queen of Diamonds energy is, I see it as an authority and kind of mastery over abundance in some form. It doesn't have to be literally money, but it's some type of abundance, okay? It's a good sign. Four of clubs. Your home life is looking very stable and secure, which probably has a lot to do with the finances changing. And you could have something in the relationship realm. Doesn't have to be romantic, but it could be leaning that way. Well, let's first talk about this Jack of Hearts. Excuse me. Young energy, inexperienced, kind of like, it could be the energy of literally coming out of a relationship and being brand new to the dating game again. As an example, I'm not necessarily picking that up. It could also just be like feeling vulnerable, like you're at a loss for ground to stand on. It's like you're starting over. Does that make sense? Like a sense of vulnerability, but you do have your heart open, which is good. Now the Three of Hearts mixed in with that could be a little bit of indecision here. This is also the player card. It's also the card of love triangles. I don't really buy into the love triangle thing. I don't think people have those happening left and right, but if you do, okay, you're at a, I don't know, you're like feeling open to maybe more than one possibility, romantic interest, that kind of thing. Or this is this element of a little bit of you're not sure where to go, or you have some kind of element. It doesn't have to be a person. It could be just like an element of an emotional element that's just kind of making things a little bit confusing for you. Or not confusing, but not sure what you want. I'm hearing that. You're not sure what you want. Let's go ahead and get some more information here for Leo. That's too many cards, but we will ask for more information and appreciate anything you can give us about the situation for Leo mid-September. Looking fine in the financial arena. Is there anything else to say about that? Does it have to do with a job or unexpected income? Queen of Clubs. So this is, again, along the same line with the Queen. She has a bit of power and authority. She's just a little less dominating than a male energy, like a king, but she still has that power and wisdom behind her. She's very practical minded. She's also very generous and supportive. It's possibly you're going to be getting some kind of support from somebody like that. It's also a fire sign card. Leo, Sag, or Aries could be entering your life. Doesn't have to be female, but somebody who has like that queen energy. It could be you. It could be you, since it is a fire sign card. Any more advice? 9 of Spades. You just had some kind of ending here. Completion or ending. Doesn't have to be like the end of a relationship. It could be the end of a job. This is downer and disappointment here with this. This is some kind of loss. It's also the card of things being forced upon you, like maybe something ended that you didn't necessarily choose. You know, that kind of thing. Like this thing changed, so in other words, affected you. You had to make changes because of something else that happened. It could be that kind of situation. Any more information you can give us about that ending or the financial situation, which we're really excited about here, and the change. We'll say about this 5 of Diamonds, I didn't mention, it's also the card of settlements. You could be reaching some kind of settlement where somebody owes you something, or a legal, literally like a legal situation. It could be a divorce. It could be like you got into an accident and somebody owes you damages. You know, that kind of thing. It could be like leaving a job and getting a severance. These two came out together. Queen of Spades and the 4 of Diamonds. Now the 4 of Diamonds, again, is like the card of windfall. And security. It's also the card to be careful about spending. Just like, don't go crazy. Whatever abundance you have here, because you definitely have abundance coming in. I actually listen to other tarot readers because I'm a Leo, and I've heard a lot about Leo's, like, how do I say it? Not necessarily becoming rich, but just like all of a sudden things are going to start happening for Leos, and a lot of times that is wrapped up with our abundance, our career, you know, finding our true calling, and then, you know, our lifestyle changes as a result of it because everything's in alignment, that kind of thing. So I think I'm kind of feeling something like that here. Now this 4 of Diamonds came out with this Queen of Spades. Now this is again a queen energy. She's a little bit reserved and holds back, though. You're not quite sure where she's coming from. She could be withholding information. She's suspicious, though, because you're not sure of her motives, and you're not sure if her motives are in your best interest. Let's put it that way. She can be downright malicious. Won't lie. And here's a good spot to talk about the noise you might hear in the background. I live near an airfield, and they're getting ready to have air races, so they fly around these really old airplanes. And they fly pretty close to the ground, so if you hear this humming in the background, that's what it is. I don't always know when they're practicing, so I hear them now, for sure. So bear with me. Anyway, that Queen of Spades energy could have something to do with this windfall. I don't know, like somebody giving you money and you're not sure of their motives. That's one scenario. I'm not necessarily picking up that that's what it is. There's something to do with somebody not being forthcoming and you gaining some financial stability, with a recap on a warning of not overspending. Be careful how you spend. Any more information you can give Leo for the mid-September? 2022 Nine of Spades. Again, the completion card. This is about achievement. You're in a pretty fine place of contentment. It's possible that whatever change is coming financially, this is something you've been working on for a while. It's about plans, like finally you're reaping the benefits of some plans coming to a completion, or just reaching a state or benefit that you've been looking forward to. Some kind of hard work that maybe you don't have to put as much hard work in anymore. I'm hearing that. It's definitely wrapped up with a windfall, though, or some kind of payout, financial abundance. We got a lot of diamonds out here. It's a very, very strong presence. Not much emotional stuff, just with the Jack of Hearts. Anyway, we're going to look at your line of advice. 8 of Clubs. This is about needing to make a decision. It's some kind of crossroads. You could have a very specific idea in mind that you're stuck on. It's also the card of being stuck on an idea, being stubborn. 10 of Diamonds, 8 of Hearts together. Nice. 10 of Diamonds is some kind of major completion in your life, like the end of a cycle, having to do with your abundance. It's a very nice way to finish a cycle, because 10 of Diamonds really is kind of like the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. I'm hearing that. Now, it came out with this 8 of Hearts. So this is it's interesting. This two came out together. This is like the whole world. If 2 cards are going to represent the world card, it would be the 10 of Diamonds and the 8 of Hearts, because this is about being social, going out, meeting people, celebrating, spending time with family, friends. It's very, very, very positive. It's also a possibility that you're going to meet somebody significant. Now, you may not know that up front. It is the card of meeting that person, not necessarily knowing they're going to be significant in your life. Significance can have different meanings for different people. Does not have to be romantic. Just somebody who's really going to affect your life in a very positive way. It could be an encouragement for you to socialize more, since we are looking at the line of advice here, because now you have this completion in some kind of financial realm. It's almost like we did see this card of achievement and contentment. It's almost something, it's like something you've been working on has wrapped up, and you're finally going to reap these financial rewards, whatever you've been working on. I'm not seeing any specifics about what it is, because I'm not seeing a lot of career stuff in here. So, I don't know, maybe it's just like a mindset you've been working on, like working on changing a mindset of poverty and lack and scarcity to a mindset of you deserve the abundance, and you deserve to have wealth in some kind of form. Not necessarily billionaire wealth, but you know what I mean. Whatever that means to you. Abundance has a different definition for everybody. You could have like reached this state that it's going to attract abundance to you. That's what I'm trying to say. More abundance. 6 of Diamonds, 8 of Spades. So the 6 of Diamonds is about opportunities and new opportunities, new doors, new paths that are going to be presented to you, or you taking advantage of them, or looking out for them, because this is the card of potential for new things to show up in your life in the financial realm. It's also about taking financial responsibility. Perhaps if you take more responsibility with your finances, you're going to have new opportunities. That would actually make a lot of sense, because when you start to have, a healthier mentality around money and finances, it might take a while, but I think things tend to fall into our favor. And when I say financial responsibility, it's not just watching what you spend, but also spending it wisely when you have to, like paying off debt, making major repairs that have been overdue, renovations, maybe replacing a vehicle that's on its last leg, because that vehicle is going to allow you to keep mobile, keep traveling back and forth from your job, I'm trying to say, having a new vehicle, an exceptionally running vehicle, will allow you to go and travel, for example. If you don't have that in place, how do you get back and forth from work? How do you take advantage of opportunities to travel? For example, 8 of Spades came out with that. This is the card of overwork. Challenges around work. And it affecting you in a very negative sense, either physically, mentally, emotionally, all of the above. It's about stress. It's about needing to take a break or relieve this stress if you can't just walk away from your job, because I would never offer that in a in a reading necessarily. But if you need to walk away from the stress, by all means. Now, we can relieve stress in different ways. It doesn't mean we have to quit and say, screw you, I'm walking out, this is it. I don't know. Maybe working on a different attitude, a mental space, so that you... I'm picking up, like, putting up boundaries so that work doesn't get to you in the same way, it doesn't affect you. If you are working a lot of overtime, that could be putting up boundaries with your time. But this is the overwork card. It did come out with the 6 of Diamonds. It's possible that that's the opportunities that are... it's speaking that that's the opportunity, you know what I mean? Like, the opportunity is here for you to set boundaries. That's a better way of saying it. It doesn't mean that's all this card is about. It could mean that when you also set those boundaries, you're going to have new opportunities. Things are going to open up for you. The money flow is going to be easier. 4 of Spades. Interesting. This is, again, the card of stability and security around the home life. This is also the card of having that stress relief, literally. This is about treating yourself well. So I'm getting this strong vibe that if you take care of yourself socially, go out and have fun. If that means travel, by all means go travel. And you get away from this work stress that's going to open up financial responsibilities, you're going to end up here. That totally makes sense. There's no reason why that wouldn't be the case. If you're not experiencing good stability and security in your home life at the moment, that's a very clear line of advice. Now, how you apply it to your life, of course, everyone is different. This is a general reading, but I think reducing stress in our life should be on the top of our list. I don't care what else is going on. You got to make time for yourself. You got to take that that day off, that break. Everybody needs that. If something is urgent, fine, put out the fire, but let it smolder while you go take a break. You know, if the flames are like, not to make an analogy about a fire, because that's not the most positive image, but if the fire is like burning out of control, yeah, by all means get it under control, but you can let it smolder, build a little fire line like they do, so that it doesn't go any further. It's still burning. It'll be there when you get back, you know. What other type of advice can you give Leo? Fiery Leo. That's actually a good analogy for Leos, since we're fire signs, right? Don't put out the Leo fire, by all means. Let it smolder. That's a joke. 3 of Diamonds. So, you're looking at some kind of confusion around money matters. Some kind of element that's making things... You know what I'm seeing? This confusion is tied up to that's why I stopped. It's tied up to this crossroads decision, maybe being stuck on an idea. Let's get some more information, because I don't have any information. I just kind of see that as, okay, now we're going to go and look at that just a little bit here. Where you're stuck. in the financial realm, besides the overwork or some kind of stress that needs to be relieved. What else can you tell us about this crossroads? Seven of Diamonds. Look, this is about not taking risks and not taking unnecessary gambles. It's kind of in line with the Four Diamonds. The word is, it's back here, the Four Diamonds, warning you about not overspending excessively. I wonder why that would come out with the Three of Diamonds. I don't know. Maybe you have some confusion about what is overspending. Maybe you don't have clear ideas about what overspending is. What is excessive spending versus necessary spending? Maybe you have some lessons to learn in that area? And the fixed idea, maybe you're fixed on the idea of spending. Maybe you get stuck on ideas of spending, like when you really want something, for example, and you're just like, I have to have it, I have to have it. Could be that. Let's get some more information, please. Please don't leave us hanging on that. Oh my gosh, too many cards. Water. Gotta have water. Sorry. Please give us some more information about Leo. Some more advice about this money. Excessive spending and money. I don't know. Jack of Diamonds. So this is the card of not having good experience or being inexperienced in the financial realm. Being young. Doesn't really tell me much, except that's maybe the mentality is you just kind of have this young at heart approach to money, and maybe you need to develop some maturity with the Queen of Diamonds, because she has a handle on things for sure. Please give us some more information. Seven of Hearts. Interesting. This is doubt and disappointment. It's also about people becoming unreliable. Now, it did come out with the financial cards here, so I don't think we're talking about people, but it is about having a broken heart in the emotional matters. Maybe money is wrapped up for you emotionally on some level, and you've been let down by money in the past. Like you've had money. I'm hearing you've had money. And because you were inexperienced with it, or you had kind of this young mindset about it, you weren't able to hold on to it. And you've kind of had a lot of sadness. Oh, wow. I'm hearing like a lot of sadness, feeling let down, feeling maybe let down in yourself. Feeling like you blew it. Apparently that's a big issue in your life. That's a huge issue in your life here. But I'm going to keep going with it, because I don't feel like it's over. The message is not over. King of Clubs. That could be the ticket. This is a fire sign. This is a fire sign king. Kings are dominant. They take control of the matters. It's a Leo, Sag, Aries. The king has a good sense about business. Very practical minded. You can go to this king for advice. They have very, very strong values. Good moral values. They're on the good side of things. They're like a person who can act as a mentor. Now, I don't know if there's like someone around you that you're thinking of as I talk about this, that like you need to go to this person for advice or allow them to help you, or this is the role you need to take. Erring on the side of caution and using your good judgment, because you have good judgment, Leo. Even if you have a tendency to be conflicted about money in some way, and it being tied up with perhaps hurting your ego or your pride because of the Seven of Hearts, I think there's a way for you to take control and exercise this maturity and experience. I don't care how old you are. It's irrelevant. I think ultimately this message is you need to take control of these financial matters. But it's not just overspending. There's a lot of stuff here about, as we went over, about confusion. Feeling like it's tied up to you emotionally in some way, which is very curious. That's a very curious thing. I mean, I said it a second ago. It could be wrapped up with your ego. Like when you don't handle money matters well, you feel like it's a reflection of you, aka your ego. And ego is actually not real. For those of you who are into spirituality and learning to tame our egos, egos are constructions of the world. They're not really who we are. They are formed by habits. They're formed by influences. They can be formed by parents. We learn from our parents. For example, we learn by watching other people. Therefore, we form an ego. We form an opinion. We form a behavior. We form a pattern in our life. So that's where that Seven of Hearts, it's like we learned maybe an unhealthy pattern around money. Yeah, that would make sense. And the confusion, I still see tying back, because it landed on the other side of this Eight of Clubs, which is about being at a crossroads. It's like, maybe lately you have felt like you're constantly in this place of, well, I could go this way, like the two extremes. I could go this way and be completely frugal, or I can go over here and have fun. And perhaps this is advising you that you need to take charge of that somehow. I'm going to ask for one more card. I know this reading is going on long. That's okay, right? Bear with me a second. Please give us the card that will give us some insight about the kind of control that can occur. Heck, this is the card of destiny and fate. This is part of your life's journey, your path. This is a lesson for you to learn. I don't know that gave you any insight. It's also another 6, so it does talk about, I guess there's different ways to approach this. Yeah, there's different ways to approach this. You have options. That's kind of an interesting spin on it. Options. So there's not one clear way to exercise this fiery king, control, dominant. I see that King of Clubs just having enormous amounts of wisdom. I don't think we're going to get a clear answer with this reading, but this is part of your destiny. At least for mid-September, it looks like there's a focus on this financial confusion. I'm gonna call it financial confusion. You're not in the poorhouse. You actually have changes coming, and that ties in. This Five of Diamonds does tie in with that. You're gonna have to have a new approach towards finances. But you're not going to be in the poorhouse because you have the Windfall card. And you have this Queen of Diamonds, which actually indicates to me that there is going to be some kind of mastery over this. You're not on the verge of bankruptcy. And you're going to have options, I think, around a stressful work situation. Interesting. If that made sense to you, I hope that helped. I hope that gave you some insight. Hey there. I think I had a little bit of a camera glitch, so I just wanted to make sure that my message always is I hope this helped. Thank you for joining me. If you want to see when the next video comes out, don't forget to hit subscribe, hit notifications, and then you will know when the next readings come out. Also, I am working on finalizing how to deliver some private readings. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned. I will be updating that in the description box on how that will work. Just working out some kinks and whatnot to deliver the best product I can. So again, take care. I hope this helped, and I will see you again soon.